Item number 70. P. Chandrashekar Tiwari, P. Shyam Yadav.
I have 17, 1971. Not on merits, but we have filed a objection that the present petitioner has already filed a 2017 MT71 division. And we have filed a memo for the election petition. That can be bypassed in such cases.
I'll deal with it in my course of submissions ballot. I'll deal with it. We've just received, no problem with regard to that. May it please, my lords, by way of the instant petition, my lord, under Article 226, 227, we are calling in question two orders. 27/7/2022 Annexure P3, issued by respondent number 1, who is the collector / specified authority for elections in Panna, and 28/7/2022 Annexure P6 by respondent number 2, who is the presiding officer for the elections of Janpad Panchayat. Now, before I begin addressing my lords on the merits and the other provisions of the this thing, this is one of the classic examples of what can go wrong in a system. Now, my lord, may kindly see the facts are these. On 27/7/2022, elections took place. Now, I was one of the persons, my lord, who had contested election for the post of Vice President, Janpad Panchayat Gunor, District Panna. There were total 25 voters, including me. And on 27/7/2022 itself, my lord, because it's a small election therein, the ballot box was opened, and 13 votes were casted in favor of petitioner. So that being the majority, 13 out of 25, my lord, Form 5 certificate was issued. If my lord may kindly turn to Annexure P1, page 13.
Page 13, yes.
My name is Parmanand and my opponent is Ram Shiromani. This is a certificate in Form 5 under Rule 16, sub Rule 7 of the relevant rules. I have been, this is a certificate. घोषित करता हूँ कि Parmanand post so and so Gunor Janpad उपाध्यक्ष निर्वाचित घोषित किए गए. Now thereafter there is a provision, my lord, in terms of Rule 17. In Rule 6, that certificate was also issued to me somewhere between 4 to 5 in the evening. It's on the next page, P2. मैं पीठासीन अधिकारी एतद द्वारा प्रमाणित कर घोषित करता हूं कि मध्य प्रदेश पंचायत उपसरपंच अध्यक्ष उपाध्यक्ष निर्वाचन नियम 1995 के नियम 17 के अनुसरण में परमानंद पुत्र श्री अवध बिहारी शर्मा, जो उक्त दर्शित स्थान के निर्वाचन के लिए के अभ्यर्थी थे, विधिपूर्वक निर्वाचित घोषित किए गए और उसके उपलक्ष्य में प्रमाण पत्र परिदत्त किया जाता है. इसके बाद सब everything went on hunky dory. The gentleman Ram Shiromani, apparently after this event happened at Foresh, is believed to have moved an application under section 122 of the Panchayat Raj and Gram Swaraj Adhiniyam, moving an election petition before the specified authority, the competent authority, that's the collector. On 27/7/2022 itself, and in that very evening of 27/7/2022, in one of the fastest decision-making process ever seen in the history of electoral laws, the collector allowed the election petition.
क्या हो रहा है?
That very evening itself he allowed.
एक सेकंड रुक जाइए जी मिस्टर सेठ.
Sir, I am appearing for the presiding officer for respondent number 1. Please take good affair. Because now he's the prescribed authority, he's no more an officer of the election commission.
But when he passed this order on 27, he was under your control.
Sir, he becomes the prescribed authority. That is what
Acha.
he has passed the order under section 122 as a prescribed authority.
He may have passed an order under 122 as a prescribed authority, but on 27, what he said, if I'm correct, election took place on 27, counting took place on 27. ये dates बताई ना आपने?
जी.
Certificate was issued on 27. On the same day, petition was filed.
And petition was allowed.
And petition was allowed.
Yes, without notice to me, without following any of the procedures.
My submission to that extent may be recorded that the order impugned passed by the concerned authority is not at the behest as an election officer of the election commission.
ठीक है.
It is under section 122. Now the
122 में क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है? सामने वाले को सुनना है, नोटिस इशू करना है, नहीं करना है?
I cannot say anything.
नहीं, why can't you say you are officer of the court?
But that perhaps the procedure should have been followed.
That's the end of the matter.
But that is not submission
This
made
is,
on behalf.
I'll pass strictures against this collector. This is the way he is not fit to be collector. He is acting as a political agent. This will come on record. He is acting as a political, he conducted himself to be a political agent while passing this order, and he has no regard for principles of natural justice. This man should be removed from the post of collector. लिखिएगा अभी इशू नोटिस करके इसको नहीं, इनको सुन लेते हैं कलेक्टर साहब को. इशू नोटिस टू द रिस्पोंडेंट्स. Notice is waived by Shri Naman Nagarath, learned senior counsel, for respondent number 3. Naman Nagarath, assisted by Shri Yadav.
Yes.
For respondent number 3. Next para. Serious allegations have been made by Shri Manoj Sharma, learned senior advocate, assisted by Shri Kaji Fakhruddin Kaji.
Kazi Fakhruddin, my lord.
Kaji Fakhruddin.
My lords.
Kaji Fakhruddin against the respondent number 1. Full stop. It is submitted that election to the post of Vice President,
Vice President Janpat Panchayat Gunnor,
Janpat Panchayat Gunnor District Panna took place on
27/7.
2022. Petitioner was declared elected as he had secured 13 votes out of 25 against private respondent Ram Shiromani, as is evident from annexure P1 issued by the presiding officer Shri Ram Nivas Chaudhary. Full stop. Thereafter, a certificate under Rule 17 of पूरा नाम डाल लीजिएगा 1995 के रूल्स का दे दीजिए, नाम लिख के बता दीजिए इनको. Annexure P2 was issued by the presiding officer on 27/7/2022. Full stop. On the same day, a election petition was filed by the lost candidate, that is respondent number 3, before the prescribed authority, that is respondent number 1, and he decided the election petition filed under section 122 of Madhya Pradesh Panchayat Raj and Gram Swaraj Adhiniyam 1993 on the same day by impugned order annexure P3. Full stop. Next para. It is submitted that principles of natural justice were not followed. Collector acted as a collector Sanjay Kumar Mishra, इसका by name party बनाई.
जी जी बता.
Sanjay Kumar Mishra acted as a political agent of the ruling party. He did not act independently, and election commission should have removed him from the post of district returning officer. Full stop. Shri Seth submits that since order has been passed by the respondent number 1 in his capacity as a prescribed authority, his undertaking may be noted that on 27/7/2022, Sanjay Kumar Mishra, collector and prescribed authority, Janpat Panchayat District Panna, was not acting as a
P3 and P6.
officer representing the state election commission,
The district election officer
or as a district election officer or a officer representing the state election commission,
or even the returning officer.
or even the returning officer. Full stop. Next para. Since serious allegations have been made against respondent number 1, this court directs Shri Manoj Sharma to implead Shri Sanjay Kumar Mishra as a party by name. He shall do it on oral instructions of this court during the course of the day. Let notices be issued to the collector to explain his conduct and also explain that why a recommendation be not made not to hand over any sensitive matter like dealing with election petitions or conduct of election in future, and this recommendation be not forwarded to all the constitutional authorities like Election Commission of India or bodies like State Election Commission. Notice be served hamdast on the collector Panna and private respondent number 4.
Just one.
4. for which process fee be paid by tomorrow. Notices be prepared by day after tomorrow. Respondent number 1 and 4 shall appear before this court on 17 August 2022. Till then, operation of the impugned order shall remain state.
Two impugned orders, P3 and P6.
P3 and P6 shall remain state. P6 किसने पास किया?
P6 इन्होंने सर पीठासीन अधिकारी ने सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया
वो
दूसरे
तो
आदमी।
consequential है, ठीक है।
जी लेकिन उसको भी कर दे सर, कल शपथ है
ठीक है,
उनकी।
P3 and P6 shall remain
Right.
state. चलिए।
वो यही अंडरटेकिंग में प्रिस्क्राइब्ड अथॉरिटी वर्ड आया अंडर सेक्शन 122 में दैट में
कर दीजिएगा, चलिए।
अंडर सेक्शन
कमेंट कर दो।
ठीक है, देख रहे हैं आप अपने अधिकारियों को। Normally, I am very slow in interfering in election
We
petitions.
have been grateful to your lordship for not following.
But when
But this